na rin ho kami sa ating pulisya, kaya lang wala pa rin naman ho complaint. Tama, ang ating mga alumni, ang ating mga teachers, they were asking for a safe space for our students. And I would like to tell you that this is also our priority for our students. Safe space. Kaya lang po, ito ang masakit din ho, lalo-lalo na tayo nasa academe, na napakadali para sa atin. We are so fragile, especially in front of this social media. The fragility of our ministry and of our vocation. To all of you who are about to enter the classroom, a changing world awaits you. The world you're walking is not easy. Sabi ko nga kanina sa inyo, very fragile ang tatahakin po ninyo. Some days will feel heavy. There will be criticisms, and sometimes they are unfair. You see, the theme today speaks about preparing you globally responsive teachers. And that is true. You need skills, you need creativity, technology, and vision. But let's not forget, the world needs not just skilled teachers. It needs deep, grounded, and wise teachers. Sa amin po, lalong-lalo na sa matagal na sa academe, ito po ang napansin natin. The learners you'll face are not the same. Yan ang laging sinasabi ng mga matatandang teacher. Iba na ngayon ang mga estudyante. Why? Because some students are distracted. They are apathetic and they are so overstimulated. Bakit ko nasabi ito? Your students will come to class with short attention spans. They have a nosy minds and 100 tabs open in their heads. Kaya nga kung titignan mo ang isang bata ngayon sa kanyang cellphone o tablet lamang, napakaraming tabs ang nakabukas diyan at napakarami ho nila na inaasikaso sa napakaliit na gadget na ito. They are constantly online and some of them will know more TikTok trends than Philippine history. Di ba nung nakaraan lamang may artistang tinanong, mas hindi pa niya kilala kung sino si Lapu-Lapu. Mas kilala pa niya ang mga TikTok trends, lalong-lalo na sa ngayon. Some will come from homes with very love or affection. Some will be apathetic. Anong ibig sabihin ito? Sabi nga ng isang study, ang mga kabataan daw ngayon, aside from entitled, they are so apathetic. Ibig sabihin na niya is, wala silang pakialam. Di ba naging uso ngayon ang salitang nonchalant, di ba? Nonchalant. Yan ang kumakatawan sa mga bata ngayon. Wala silang pakialam. Wala silang pakialam kahit magaling ka. Kahit na lumabas na lahat ang iyong mata, wala pa rin silang pakialam. Kahit ibagsak mo sila, anong sasabihin nila? Wala akong pakialam. Walang pakialam. And yet, they are there, sitting in front of you, expecting something, wanting to feel that they matter. You see, their teachers, student, you might feel discouraged. You might ask, may mapupulot ba sila sa aking mga itinuturo? Yes, maybe not immediately, but if you keep showing up with a heart, they will remember you. Not always your lessons, but your kindness, your relationship, your patience, and your consistency. You won't always see the fruit right away, but trust me, it grows, and it will forever be instilled and developed. Yan ang una na nakikita mo natin. Iba na ang mga kabataan ngayon. Secondly, you will face the challenge of the rise of AI in changing everything. The era of AI. Let us be honest. You belong to the generation of AI. You are entering the classroom at a time when generative AI is everywhere. With just a few clicks, a student can learn how to fix computer. They can learn how to cook a meal or even write a research paper. And so you begin to ask, may silbi pa ba ang isang teacher? Kaya nga tayong mga teacher, magtatanong tayo, ano ang saysay ng ating pagiging isang guro ngayon? Can AI replace the teaching vocation? Where are we going to position our teaching ministry? Maybe that's your silent fear right now. In the future, ilang taon na, saan na kaya pupulutin ang mga teachers? Because it feels like the students can already teach themselves. They can already learn on their own. They don't wait for you. They Google, they click, they scroll. So what's the point of being a teacher? Here's the truth. AI can generate words, but it can never form people. AI can give answers, but it can never give wisdom. It can stimulate emotion, but it can never teach empathy. It cannot celebrate small breakthroughs. It cannot comfort students after a failure. It cannot build character, restore dignity, or spark hope. That is why our dear teacher students, that's your job. This is our job. And the teaching ministry will never be irreplaceable. AI can be a powerful tool, but it will never be a teacher. AI can assist us, but it can never ever replace teachers. And if you remain grounded in prayer, compassion, and purpose, you will never be replaceable. So sana yan isipin natin, tayong mga guro, hindi ho tayo pwedeng palitan ng AI. And finally, there is the damage of misinformation and dirty politics. Now let's be honest. We are hurting as a country, not because of poverty, but because of lack of truth, the crisis of truth. Fake news is everywhere. Revisionism is becoming normal. People share wrong information faster than actual facts. Kaya nga, lately lang, di po ba, may isang senator na nag-post pa ng AI-generated na video at pinaniniwalaan din nila na totoong isisinabi ng mga kabataan. Some of those who share lies are even teachers. Some of those who share lies are even those in position. Pero alam niyo yung mas masakit? Tayong mga guro ang nagdi-distribute ng mga fake news. Nakakahiya, masakit, but we cannot deny it. Unfortunately, ang problema na hinaharap ng ating bayan sa ngayon ay nag-uugat ko sa kabubuhan. Pasensya na ko kayo sa aking salita, sa kabubuhan. Kabubuhan sa pagpili natin. Dahil hanggang ngayon, hindi pa natin pinipili ang totoong leader. Kabubuhan dahil tuwang-tuwa na lamang tayo sa mga mumunting ayuda na binibigay sa atin. Imagine ngayon, nararanasan natin ang mga sakuna na ito. Ang Metro Manila, binabaha, at ibang mga lugar, binabaha tayo. Natutuwa tayo pag binibigyan tayo ng ayuda, pero hindi tayo nag-iisip, kailan ba tayo pipili ng mga totoong leader na mamumuno sa atin? Mga minamahal kong mga kapatid, kabubuhan, dahil kung minsan, nagpapakontrol tayo sa ating mga leader, nagpapaniwala tayo sa mga propaganda, sa mga influencers, o kung sino-sino man dyan. Sa totoo lang, likas na matalino ang mga Pilipino. Pero meron tayong tinatawag na intentional darkness o intentional poverty. Kung minsan, mas ginugusto kasi nila na tayo ay bobo. Mas ginugusto kasi nila na tayo ay parang mahirap na lamang. Pero tayong mga teachers, ito ang role natin. In the midst of fake news and dirty politics, we play an important role to uplift the minds and souls of our students. mga minamahal kong mga student teachers, sana itong isipin ho natin. Let us put a stop into this cycle of kabubuhan. Sana sa araw-araw na pagpasok ng inyong mga estudyante, magtulungan tayo na imulat ang kamalayan ng bawat estudyante. Tulungan natin silang mag-isip ng tama. Tulungan ho natin sila para ito po ay sa ating nation building, sama-sama tayo para sa isang mabuting bayan para sa ating bansang Pilipinas. You see, the classroom can either be a place of liberation or it can be a place of manipulation. Nasa inyo na yan, mga minamahal ko mga teachers, kung ano ang pipiliin ninyo. To end, let me tell you this. You matter. Mahalaga kayo. Kung meron man kayong iuuwi kasama ang inyong mga pins, isipin lagi ninyo, you matter. Mahalaga kayo. In one of our meetings with our principals, one principal says in jest, iba na ang mga teachers ngayon. Iba na ang mga batang teachers. Bakit daw? Dahil mahirap maturuan. Kapag tinuturuan mo, sila pa ang sumasama ang loob. Ewan ko kung ganun kayo. Ang mga batang teachers, masyadong entitled. Wala silang work ethics. Kung hindi late, laging nag-a-absent anytime na gusto nila. Siguro nagtatawanan lang kami noon, but we knew it came from real frustrations. This is the world that you are entering, and it will not always be easy. That is why you need something more than just training or talent. You need something to anchor in your life. At ano ang pwede kong iwan sa inyo? Unang-una, be persevering. Learn to persevere. Some days will feel heavy. Kung minsan tinatamad kang pumasok sa classroom, kung minsan ayaw mong pumasok at buhat-buhat mo ang iyong sarili. You'll question if you're doing enough, if you're making a difference at all, or if it's even worth it. But keep going, my dear friends. Even quietly, even when no one claps at you, do not wait for recognition. Kung minsan, ito ang mga hinahanap nating mga teachers. Naghahanap tayo ng output kaagad. Naghahanap tayo ng recognition. Do not wait for that. Because some of the seeds you plant won't bloom right away. But always remember, they will eventually. So yan ang una, persevere. Secondly, pray. Teaching will pull you from every part of you. Your mind, your energy, your patience. Kaya alam mo ninyo, sa isang school, sa setup natin, pagdating na ho ng hapon, parang ang teacher ay hapong-hapon. Ano? Ito yung napapansin ko. Parang yung pagdating nilang fresh na fresh sila, pag-uwi nila ng hapon, parang galing sila sa bakbakan. Alam mo ninyo yung feeling na yun? Pag-uwi ninyo sa inyong mga bahay, parang pagod na pagod. Tama yan. They will pull you from every part of you. And that is why there is one thing that I would like to propose to you. Learn the art of praying. Put prayer at the center of your teaching. Prayer does not solve everything, but it keeps you steady. Prayer will not answer everything, but it will make you grounded. It keeps your heart soft when things get hard. That is why take a moment before class, after a tough conversation, or during quiet afternoons. You don't need perfect words in prayer. Just be honest and just your presence between you and your God. No matter how tired we are, when we know how to be grounded in prayer, God will always give us the inspiration, the hope, and the refreshment we need in our lives. And finally, serve. At the core of teaching is about people. It's about helping students grow, not just knowledge, but character. That is why I would like to remind you, serve well, especially when it is inconvenient. Sometimes, we may not be remunerated well in our teachings. Kaya nga, lagi nilang sinasabi, kulang ang sahod ng teacher. Tama naman, walang nakaka-compensate sa ginagawa at vocation ng isang teacher. Kaya, remember, serve well, especially even when it is inconvenient. Help raise the level of thinking. At sabi ko nga kanina, sana gawin nating matatalino ang mga Pilipino. Because the country does not just need more teachers, it needs better one teachers, wiser ones, and braver teachers. Mga minamahal ko mga kapatid, don't just aim to be hired. After graduation, don't just aim to be hired, be someone who matters. Don't just survive the system. Find quiet ways to change it. Sometimes, nadadala tayo sa sistema, pero sana isipin ninyo, you are there to change the system. And maybe one day, a student will walk up to you and say, Ma'am, Sir, salamat. Ganito ako dahil sa iyo. Yan ang masasabi nating fruit ng isang teacher. Ang marinig natin, ang makita natin ng estudyante natin ay nagiging successful. Parang balang araw, lalapit sila sa atin, Ma'am, Sir, salamat. Dahil sa inyo, naging successful ako. And in that moment, you'll know that all of your effort was worth it. That is why, never forget, you matter in this world. You matter in our country. To all of you, congratulations, Perpetual Life interns. Maraming salamat, and may God bless you all. Thank you.